They'd just withdrawn a huge sum of cash when they turned around and noticed a man in black standing nearby staring them down, not knowing what he wanted. The three of them froze in panic, terrified something bad would happen if they stepped outside. But Mark thought his friends were overreacting. The second he pushed the door open, the man in black took a step forward. His friends exchanged nervous glances, completely clueless what to do. To figure out what this guy really wanted, Mark decided to talk it out. Strangely though, when Mark called out to him, the man in black didn't answer or leave. He just stayed about 10 meters away, right in the blind spot of the security cameras. Before they could even come up with a plan, the man in black walked over to an elderly man walking his dog nearby, and without a word knocked him to the ground. It was clear he intended to kill every witness. Jack's first instinct was to call the police, but unfortunately, everyone had left their phones in the car, and to make things worse they realized, aside from useless receipts, the ATM booth had no other exits at all, and absolutely no emergency button, which meant the only way out was through the front door, and of course that's exactly where the man in black was blocking them. It was now 2:14 a.m. Everyone in the neighborhood was fast asleep, and not a single pedestrian was in sight. Luckily, the man in black didn't seem to want to break in, probably afraid of getting caught on camera. Since the room still had lights and heat, they decided to stay put until sunrise. Of course, if they got a chance to reach the car, Jack would run out and grab his phone to call for help, but the man in black overheard them. Right in front of them, he went straight to their car, disabled the ignition, then grabbed a toolbox from the trunk, and headed straight behind the ATM booth. A loud banging noise echoed through the air, and the heat inside instantly cut out. Clearly, the man in black was determined to force them outside. Just then a patrol car finally showed up, but they were too far apart, and there was thick glass between them, so the officers couldn't hear their cries for help. Thinking about everyone's safety, Jack suggested they hand over all their cash and valuables to the guy in exchange for their lives. During the exchange, Jack kept his tone humble, promising that if the man in black let them go after taking the money, he wouldn't tell a soul about what happened tonight. When the man in black didn't respond right away, Jack tossed everything over to him. At first it seemed like the guy accepted the deal, but then Jack must have lost his mind and tried to sneak back to the car to call the cops. Predictably enough, he failed completely and got beaten badly by the man in black before slinking back inside. To be fair, Jack meant well. He was just scared the guy would go back on his word, take the money and still not let them leave, so he tried to play it smart. But none of that mattered now. What mattered was that after what just happened, all trust between them was gone, which meant the man in black wasn't letting them walk away. At this point, Lisa used her lipstick to write a distress message on the glass, hoping someone kind would notice. While everyone scrambled for ideas, Lisa suddenly remembered a trick to get the cops' attention. She'd insert her bank card into the ATM and enter the wrong PIN 3 times in a row. That should automatically trigger an alarm. Unfortunately though, banks had changed that rule long ago. Her trick did nothing, and the machine swallowed her card. As the temperature kept dropping, they huddled together for warmth, praying someone would find them by morning. After what felt like forever, they finally heard movement outside. Peering through the glass, they saw a patrol car approaching, and the officer inside spotted them too. Overjoyed, the three of them waved frantically, trying to signal him to call for backup, but the wind was howling and they were too far away, so the officer couldn't hear a thing. It wasn't until he saw the body nearby that he realized something was seriously wrong. Just as the terrified officer reached for his radio, the man in black ambushed him from the shadows. Now Jack and Mark had to find another way out. While they were talking it over, the man in black suddenly burst in. "Well, since you're here." Jack and Mark weren't holding back. They swung hard and beat him senseless. Once he was clearly losing the fight, Jack grabbed a metal chain and strangled the threat to death. They thought they were finally safe to leave, but Mark froze the moment he reached the door. There was another man in black waiting outside,